Today we're testing out these 3 saws to see how good they are. This is a $4.50, $5 version, $20 version, and a $10 version. Interested? Here we go. Here's the situation. I have a pecan tree, and this branch here grew crazy fast, and I have these 2 other branches. You can see that the tree is kind of leaning over because of this branch, and I've been supporting it through some storms last fall, and I'm just done. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to test out these saws. First up is the Corona saw. This is the $20 saw, and I tell you what, it's really hard to get out of the box. I guess that it's an anti-theft device. The second saw I got at Harbor Freight. It's a $5 saw. You can get 20% off. It's 8-inch folding saw. This is a 10-inch folding saw. And this is one of those Saber Cut Chainsaws. It looks kind of like you took a regular chainsaw and then took the blade off and put 2 handles on it. I've always been curious to see how well this would do. After a bit of effort, I was able to get the saw out of the box. You can see that there's a little hole here to put a lanyard on. There's a button here. It only has 1 click. Some saws actually have a second click, but I don't sense it here. Oh man, that thing's sharp. First thing, I'm just going to cut it here with this saw, and then the second saw and the third saw. Wow, that was good. No problem with this saw. The arch on it, I guess, would give it a little bit of an advantage. Now it's the Harbor Freight saw's turn. It also has a hole for a lanyard, and it only has 1 click. Shorter blade, but we'll see how it does. Took a little longer. The teeth are a little shorter on this, but again, it's a quarter of price of this Corona. You can see the 2 kind of matching up a little bit. Now it's the Saber Cut Chainsaw's turn. We'll see how this does. Well, I guess that's the wrong way. Maybe it's this way. You know what? I think it's this way. I always wondered about these things. Ugh. Performed just about what I thought it would do. That's about a 3/4 inch branch right there. This is about 1.5 inches, and then this is a 2-inch branch here. So we're going to try different levels and see how they do. All right, this is take 2 for the Corona. Originally I cut the branch off, but I didn't take the video for some reason. So here we go. Clean cut. Now the Harbor Freight. Another clean cut. Took a little longer time. The teeth are shorter. I don't think the length of the blade was that big of a deal. Now the Saber Cut Chainsaw. I looked up. It says it's bi-directional. I'm assuming it's not. You can move it back and forth like this. I'm assuming you can use either side of the blade. So we're going to start with this side. Yeah, that's a little better. Putting my wrist in the little webbing. Sounds getting stuck. Yep, this is definitely the side to use. I've always been curious about these. All right, again, it leaves a ragged edge that peels off the tree. Not really a clean cut. But putting my hands in here, it seemed to work a little better. Maybe it's a little bit of practice. Okay, we're going to tackle this 2+ inch branch with the Corona. really smooth cut, straight cut. Very comfortable in the hand. And there the branch goes. Now the Harbor Freight Saw. It's a little smaller, not as comfortable in the hand. It's certainly doable. I feel like I have to work it harder because the teeth are shorter. It does leave a clean cut. I can start to feel it in my wrist. It's a little bit of an angle, it's not straight up and down. There we go. Finished. Takes a little longer, a little less comfortable. And now the Saber Cut Chainsaw, I have to admit, I'm not looking forward to this, given the amount of work it took to do the 1.5 inches. Well, here, let's give it a shot. Chips flying everywhere. You gotta get into a rhythm and use the full length of the blade. It kind of works like a chainsaw as far as throwing chips around. It's a more raggedy cut. Actually, it's working a little better this time. I'm gonna try going like this. Getting at that end there. And another split rip-off of that, which is not a real clean cut. A little less work, believe it or not, than the smaller branch. But I'm puffing. Final evaluation and assessment of these 3 tools. This is I got for $10 on sale, but it can cost as much as $20, which is the amount of this saw, the Corona. This is $5. This is much less flimsy than this is. Look at the handles. I'm usually inclined to go with the cheaper tool, but if you think about how much you might use a tool like this, I think in this case 4 times the cost is probably worth it. I would go with the Corona. If you like mess, possible gore, go with the chainsaw. It's a Saber Cut. The name's a little confusing. It's more of a ragged cut, gets everything around you. It's not clean at all. It leaves a very much chainsaw kind of approach to the things. This is very much a saw. Very smooth cuts with these 2. Ragged cut with the Saber Cut Chainsaw. I really wouldn't recommend this. For almost any application you might use this for, these are better choices. And the amount of time you're going to save using this Corona blade, and I'm not even talking about how long the blade is. You can see that I tried to use a comparable length so I could do a more fair comparison between these 2 blades. I like the curve, I like the handle. It just overall is a good investment, even though it's 4 times the cost of this. So the Corona blade wins. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on any of these products. This is a fair and honest review. I paid for all these products myself. Thumbs up and comments, always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more evaluations of gear, kits, coming soon. But pretty much do the investment and buy the Corona. This thing will last you a lifetime. It's a real solid tool.